Deanna. One thing that I think of whenever I think about you is, and when I was trying to think about like, oh, what am I going to say for Deanna? I was trying to think of what word encapsulates it, but I think it's like you just have this warmness and this welcoming sense about you. And what really came, how I thought of those words was when I thought of my first time at Chi Alpha. And it was actually like the opening night, the first time that we had Chi Alpha. And because Claire had brought me, I didn't know anyone. I was a grad student, and I think there were maybe a few other grad students there, but you just had this way of just like asking me these questions about myself, or just really getting to know me. And it was a short conversation, but I think the fact that I was in that short amount of time, you were able to make me feel totally welcome and show that like this is a place that I will be able to find a Christ-centered community. It speaks volumes about you and how you were able to just, like I said, like make people feel warm and welcome, which I think is amazing. But also another thing that I think about whenever I think about you is your wisdom. And I mean, obviously through core group, I've been able to just see how you really live through God and His Word. And then whenever you talk about that, there's so many great nuggets from that we can all pull and apply in our lives. But I think the first time I got to see that in even a more personal level was that night that we were, it was on the mission trip, and we were all in our room, and Jess had called you because she didn't know what to do that night. And I think that was just like kind of one of the first times, like I said, I got to see it on a more personal level. Just because, we don't have one-on-ones together, and so seeing you interact with her and do all that, like, it was really inspiring to me and made me want to be more of like a friend and a mentor to someone like that. So I just really think that, yeah, like that warmth and that welcoming spirit that you have mixed with all of that just really makes you, it's just so evident of God's love with all those characteristics of you together. So I really, really appreciate you, and really that first night, I mean, obviously, Chi Alpha has meant a lot to me, but like you were that first person to really like invite me into that Chi Alpha community through that. So I really appreciate that.
Deanna, I don't even know what to say. You are the best. I'm so grateful for you and Chad Michael and your family. I don't know. I'm not gonna cry. That's all I know. I just love talking to you, learning from you, and being challenged by you. I love that sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, okay, bro, no need to call me out like that, but I need it, and I'm so grateful to have you in my life. I love how loving you are, how kind you are. You can just tell by the way like your kids act, like just how much they look up to you and admire you and Chad Michael. Like, you guys definitely lead by example, and you just do such a great job of making people feel loved and welcomed and not judged. Like, you can tell how comfortable people are around you just because of the great person you are. Yeah, that's all I got for you right now. But I just love you, and I know that you're just gonna touch so many hearts on campus, and you already touched mine and are bringing me closer to Jesus. So thank you. Love you.
And Deanna, you're my favorite person to ever exist on this planet. And you always tell me what I need to hear, even when I don't want to hear it. And I'll be sad every time I hear Fruity Pebbles. And also, I'm happy we both had fake teeth. #fake.
Deanna, the one who we didn't get close until recently, but one conversation changed everything. It was the fact that you chose not to walk away. And it was so simple, and it was everything I needed. You continue to talk to me, you continue to encourage me no matter how stubborn I may be. You just listen to everything that God tells you to do, and you encourage each and every person around you. And I know sometimes you're like scared of what people might say or what people do, or kind of if you're doing the right thing, but I'm here to tell you that you are, because you've made an impact on so many people, including myself.
Deanna, you're so easy to click with, you make everybody feel welcomed and at home. Especially, when I wasn't coming to Chi Alpha events all the time, you still reached out to me and just made sure that I knew that I was a part of the community. And you're also just very caring and kind.
Deanna, I am thankful that you are in my life. I appreciate all of the time that you have poured into me and the wisdom that you have given me throughout this season of my life, that you've been there every step of the way, and that you are encouraging and so helpful in times of need and in good times too. I love how we can all laugh together and have so much fun. And that I don't give you gray hairs, but it'll be okay. Maybe one day, like next year, I will. But until then, I appreciate that I haven't been the one to give you gray hairs.
Deanna, you have the best heart. And I just want to say you have helped me in ways I didn't think that you would. At the beginning of this semester, I just kind of thought it was going to be very similar to last semester, where we just kind of stayed in our own little bubbles. Like Macy and Kaylin's core group will stay in our little bubble, and your core group with Danny would kind of stay in their little bubble. And you have just really branched out, and I've gotten to know you, and I've gotten to know your children this semester, and I'm truly blessed for that. And just last week, when you were just able to pour into me and be a listening ear for me and just provide me with advice and just be there for me when I needed someone. So I just really appreciate that. And you're just so kind-hearted and so soft-spoken and just full of love and caring. And I don't know if that's just the mother in you, but I just want to thank you for that, because it was truly helpful in what I was going through last week. So I appreciate that. We love you so much.
Deanna, for me, your words of life were one of the biggest things that I needed to hear about that I was seen and that I was understood, because for me that's been one of my biggest points of pursuing or trying to meet that need. And for me, you hit that nail right on the head, and for me that was really meaningful, that I felt like over missions that I was growing, that I was doing the right things, that I was in the right place and I was on the right path. And for me, that was one of the biggest things that really made me decide, I think this is the place that I should stay for next year, and this is the right place to be. So thank you.